Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So today I really wanted to show you a garden update and how we have come on. As you know, we have got a new build house, so this garden had to be started from the very beginning. We literally were left with just a mud bath outside, so we had to do a lot of work in here to get it to where it is now. But I have shown bits and pieces on Instagram, and I thought it might be the good time now to just go out there, show you what we've done, kind of give you a reason why we've had to make different levels and stuff, and show you the garden furniture as well as some plants that we've now got there. I feel like this is probably going to be one of two final reveal videos because there are a few extra bits to do, and I will probably do that maybe even next year. I just don't know if we've got the budget to do it all right now because it's so expensive. I just wanted to show you what it looked like before with a few clips. It was just a mud bath is the only way to describe it. It was just sodden with muck. We actually live on a field basically, so we back onto a completely blank field on a bit of an incline, so our garden was just getting soaked with loads of water and it was getting sodden, and yeah, just a bit of a mess. So we've had to make two different levels for drainage purposes and also because it gives us better use of the space. So let me go out in the garden and show you what it looks like. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below and subscribe if you are new as well. So we access our garden from these double French doors in the dining area, and I'll just give you an overview of what it looks like when you come out here. So you might remember in the moving vlogs that we did already have decking on this back door area, but it only came up to just where this other part starts across here. So we just had one platform, which wasn't enough to actually put anything on. Just the way that the doors open, you couldn't even put a table and chairs properly without potentially falling off the edge. You definitely couldn't keep these doors open. So what we decided to do was extend this. We didn't really want to mess up too much around this side with the slabs and the stones, so instead we just made it into an L shape so that we can still use this for going around the side to access the wheelie bins, and then here we can have like a proper sitting down area to have dinner. And it just made more sense to have the table and chairs here because our kitchen is right in here, right next to it, so it makes sense to have it so close by. And then also what we've done over here is pop our barbecue into the corner. This table and chairs was part of a previous collaboration with very.co.uk, and it's lasted really well, so we've got that here from the previous house. And then what we've decided to do is, because that's got the grey and then the wood effect, we've kind of kept that throughout the theme in the garden just to kind of tie everything together a bit better. So over here we've got a couple of planters that are recent. I got these from B&Q. They're like a little kind of slate effect planter. They're actually quite heavy. I've got two of these, and then I've popped in some flowers. I've actually got the name of them now. What are these called? I don't know how to pronounce that, but that is the name of the flowers that we've got. So we've kept these into the little planters here just to kind of section this area off, and these seem quite easy to keep, so I've not killed them yet. And then over here we've got our barbecue, and then I've got two of these patio heaters which were from primrose.co.uk. Now the only thing is, these are usually really expensive. We got them on a deal, but they keep breaking. Every time there's a wind or whatever, these bits keep kind of falling off, but they definitely do the job. They just take a gas canister in the bottom, and then it keeps us nice and hot at night time if we've got friends in, and also it keeps all the midges away, which is a definite bonus. Over here I've got a few wee bits and pieces on this table. This is just from B&M. It's a flowers and garden plant pot that's got a citronella candle inside it. I've also got this one which is also from B&M and looks a bit cracked. And then these two little plants are from IKEA. All the bees and all of the butterflies keep thinking they're real and they keep landing on them. And then you come over here from the decking straight onto a big piece of astro grass. Now we decided to get astro because of the kids and having a dog. It's just much easier to have it. So we've kind of kept this kind of on the same level as this, and we just come over here with the washing line, and then we've kept all the kids' toys in this area as well. We're waiting to get a box to put all this stuff in, and then round here we're still kind of this is a work in progress, but we've kept all the kids' toys and cars all lined up in this side. So this is really good because you can take out the whirligig if we need to. We just put the little stopper back in there, and the kids can run about here, use their cozy coopy cars, or they can just generally play with their building blocks and stuff. And then up here we've got these big sleeper steps. So we wanted railway sleepers because mum and dad have them and they look amazing, so we really wanted to do the same thing. We just copied them. So instead of having like steps with slabs. We've just used the sleepers, and we've also used them here to make like flower bed walls. So what we've done here, instead of having the sleepers coming up and making a flower bed that's separate from the rest of the garden, we've just run it straight into the grass, and then we've had the stairs made within that area rather than them being out and then having a separate area, if that makes sense. So when you come up the sleepers here, we've got a little bit of a patio, just so that we weren't standing here with half decking and then half grass. It just made a bit more sense to do something here. So I would quite like to get something like a wee water feature or something here, I'm not quite sure, but something kind of more ornamental, or maybe a big tree or something. And then over this side we've got more astro for the kids to play on, and then we've got this big massive umbrella that we got from B&Q. Now that must have been last year or the year before. We have had two because one broke and we got it replaced. This is so good because you can swirl it in a 360. So it means if we want it over here for when the kids are here eating something, then we can do that. Or if they're playing over there and it's sunny, we can spin it round. It's really good. And then at the back again here, we've also got another flower bed wall made with sleepers. Now in here is a bit of a mess. We've got loads and loads of weeds that need to get rid of that are all grown in the back as well. So we are eventually going to dig this out and put in loads of like hedging or trees or bark or something. I'm not quite sure, just trying to keep the cost down a wee bit. But we are going to take all that away at some point. And then we are going to put in probably nice white chips. I think that will look really nice against the fence, which we've painted. We've only painted the back fence, and I think we might keep that the same, because our plans are to eventually, in between us and the neighbour next door, we're going to put in the flower wall pads. So you can buy big panels full of like white flowers and just put them all the way across, just to kind of separate that area. So that's what we're planning on doing on that side. And then at the other side, we're planning on putting up some screening trees, so you're not really going to see them. Kind of planning on just keeping this grey at the back and not doing it at the side. I'm pretty sure it was Cuprinol. No, it was Ronseal in the shade charcoal grey, and it took about 5 coats. It was so porous. We actually have got one of those spray guns that you can use, which is still down here, but it just took so many coats. It was actually a labour of love at the end of it. But what we did do as well is to cover these little lights up that we've got, we covered them in some cling film rather than having to like avoid them, so that was quite good. And then we just need to clear all of this out, put in some bedding plants, and then, oh, wasp chasing me, put in some bedding plants and then let that kind of grow, because this is all weeds at the moment, which actually don't look the worst to be fair, but yeah, they're covered in paint. Over at this side, you might remember this furniture set from the old house. We got it on eBay, which is really random, I know, but it wasn't that popular at the time that we got it. These kind of furniture sets are popping up loads at the moment. You can kind of get them anywhere, but we did pay, I think it was £600, £500 or £600 from eBay. They are really expensive, but they last for so long. Now we've had that for 5 years. You can probably get it cheaper now, but just at the time it was kind of a piece of furniture that you couldn't really get a hold of too easily. So yeah, really glad we've got that. It certainly lasts the test of time. And then the latest addition are my plants. So I've had quite a few messages on Instagram asking what these are. Angel wings plants. Now, people have told me that these are absolutely ridden with slugs and snails if you don't put down any of the repellent. So I will have to get some of that, because I've found a few caterpillars already on them that keep trying to eat them, like here. But they are gorgeous. They've got a kind of fluffy texture to them, but it's the colour that I love. They're not really green. They're just kind of nice and grey. So they look like a wee kind of designer plant. I really like that. So yes, I've bedded all them in. They won't grow much higher than this, and I was potentially going to get a balustrade up here, like a glass one, but because the plants are there, I kind of feel as if it's like a deterrent, like you won't go near it. So I'm not quite sure. I might just leave it and see how we go on. But with the kids, oh, there's a wee spider. There's loads of spiders here. With the kids, we might end up having to get the balustrade, but they're kind of used to it now, so I'm unsure what to do. Anyway, we shall see. Over here I've got this little teddy bear, which I absolutely love. Ella's friend bought her that for her birthday, and we got this wee plant from the garden centre, and we planted it together, and it just looks really cute sitting on the decking. Yeah, this is what it looks like at the moment. At night time, those lights at the back come on, it looks really nice and lit up. I will maybe put them down the bottom when we get plants, so that the light shines through the trees at the back when we get them done. But for now I like the way that it looks. They also go up the side. But yeah, that is the garden at the moment. We do need a wee injection of colour, so I think that we'll put some hydrangeas up the back and see what colour they turn, because apparently they either go pink, purple or blue depending on the pH level of the soil. Check me out over here, Charlie Dummock. But yeah, that is how it's looking so far. That is how the garden is looking at the moment. Sorry if I was whispering a bit there when I was outside, but Charlie is in his bed and he's literally just above where the garden is, so I didn't want to wake him up if I was talking too loudly. But that is how everything looks at the moment. I'm so glad we've got it done. Don't get me wrong, it just feels as if we've moved into this house and not stopped spending money. It's been a fortune getting the garden done and everything. We've really seriously brought ourselves to the edge, but I feel like next year we can actually relax and enjoy ourselves, because although these are lovely to get these things done, it's constant pain, hand over fist all the time. And yeah, I'll be glad to see the end of it and just sit and enjoy it. So anyway, that is us, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have any tips on gardening or anything, then please let me know. Obviously, with having it such a low maintenance garden, that the kids can just go out in the morning even if it's been raining the night before, we kind of have like a few plants and stuff in there, but I'm definitely not green fingered. So if you have any tips on plants that you think might look nice or anything, then I'm all ears. I want to know everything. Tell me all. I need to know the information, because I feel like I may end up killing these wee plants I put in and I'll be absolutely devastated because they were quite expensive. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then please make sure you hit subscribe. If you're new, like this video and give it a comment while I flick the fly out of my face, and I'll see you on my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.